In the vast and shadowy tapestry of Norse mythology, there lies a figure cloaked in mystery and wreathed in flame. A being not born of gods, men, or beasts, but forged in fire before the world had taken shape. His name is Surtr. He does not dwell in the golden halls of Asgard, nor in the misty meadows of Midgard. He resides far beyond the known realms, in a place older than time, Muspelheim, the land of eternal fire. There, amidst oceans of molten rock and skies lit by burning embers, Surtr stands, silent, watching, waiting. He is no mere giant. He is fire incarnate, a primordial force of destruction destined to set the cosmos ablaze. His very presence is a living furnace. His skin glows with the heat of the sun, his breath is smoke, and his blood runs like molten magma. In his hand he holds a sword so radiant, so fiercely hot, that it outshines even the sun itself. Surtr is not a villain. He is not a hero. He is a force, ancient and inevitable, the one who brings about Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods, the end of all things. While the gods feast and men build kingdoms, Surtr waits, unmoved by time, untouched by mercy, a sentinel of destruction biding his moment. And when that moment comes, the world will burn. This is the story of Surtr.
Long before the gods carved the 9 realms from the void, before Odin opened his eye in pursuit of wisdom, before even Yggdrasil, the world tree, stretched its branches through existence, there was fire. And fire had a kingdom. That kingdom was Muspelheim, a land of unbearable heat and unrelenting chaos. It was not a realm of life or light, but of raw, primal flame. Mountains bled lava, skies roared with firestorms, and rivers surged with molten stone. It was here, amid this seething inferno, that one of the oldest beings in all of Norse myth took form. Surtr, whose name means the Black One or Swarthy, was not created. He was born of the fire itself, a living embodiment of Muspelheim's rage. His skin shimmered like glowing coals. His eyes burned with eternal flame. Even among the fire giants, the sons of Muspelheim, Surtr was feared, for his power dwarfed them all. He is not a god. He was never bound by divine order or the laws of Asgard. He is a Jotun, one of the primal giants who emerged in the earliest days of chaos, older than Odin, older than time. While others were shaped by will or fate, Surtr was the fire, ancient, sentient, and hungry. In contrast to the frost giants of Niflheim, who brought stillness and cold death, Surtr offered something more terrifying: unstoppable movement. Devouring flame, destruction not born from hatred or cruelty, but from destiny. Surtr did not speak, he did not threaten, he simply was a prophecy waiting to be fulfilled. The seers and wise women spoke of him in hushed tones, warning that when the final hour came, when the 9 realms trembled and the gods faced their doom, it would be Surtr who would light the match. He was not merely a harbinger of the end, he was its architect. In the heart of Muspelheim, where even stone melts and the air burns to breathe, Surtr was not only born of fire, he was armed by it. Clutched in his massive, smoldering hand is a weapon unlike any the gods have forged. A sword not of steel but of flame, a cosmic inferno made solid. This is Surtr's flaming sword, a weapon so blinding in its brilliance, so scorching in its power, that it was said to outshine the sun itself. No metal could contain its heat, no shield could block its wrath. It is not just a tool of war, it is a symbol of the end. The ancient skalds whispered of it with reverence and dread. The sword was more than Surtr's birthright. It was an extension of the prophecy, the destined spark that would ignite the downfall of gods and men alike. As the fire giant steps forth from the south at the world's final hour, this sword shall lead his charge. Surtr will come from the south with the sword of the gods. Before him flames will burn, and behind him the world will blaze. The legends say the sword was born in the fires of creation itself, or perhaps stolen from the vaults of the gods in a forgotten age. Some even claimed it was once the sword of Freyr, the Vanir god of peace and fertility, who gave it away in a fateful act of sacrifice, thus sealing his doom at Ragnarok when he would stand swordless before Surtr. Its very presence scorches the earth, trees wither, oceans boil, mountains melt. It is a weapon of cosmic finality, wielded by a force that exists not to conquer, but to cleanse the world in fire. This sword is not just feared, it is inevitable. In the halls of Asgard, among the thrones of gods and the clang of celestial weapons, there was always talk of enemies, of frost giants from Jotunheim, of the Midgard serpent's rise, of Loki's treachery and madness. But one name was rarely spoken aloud: Surtr. The gods feared many things: betrayal, chaos, war. But Surtr was different. He was not unpredictable. He was not malicious. He was inevitable. Odin, the All-Father, in his tireless search for knowledge, sacrificed his eye for the wisdom of the runes, and in their grim verses he saw what was to come: a sky split by fire, a sword burning brighter than the sun, and a blackened giant leading the armies of Muspelheim through the shattered gates of Asgard. Unlike Loki, who schemed in shadows, unlike the frost giants, who raged against the gods, Surtr said nothing, did nothing. He simply stood on at the edge of the cosmos, waiting. He made no alliances, he held no personal grudges. He did not roar, threaten, or curse. He watched, unmoving, unblinking, as if he knew the fate of the 9 realms was already sealed. And the gods knew it too, for in the ancient prophecies, preserved in the skaldic poems and carved into sacred stone, it was foretold, when the sky cracks and the bifrost burns, Surtr shall lead the sons of Muspelheim into battle. The sun shall darken, the stars shall vanish, and the world shall drown in flame. Midgard would fall first, Jotunheim would collapse in ruin. And finally Asgard, the home of the gods, would tremble and burn beneath the shadow of Surtr's sword. But until that hour, until the trumpet of Ragnarok sounded, Surtr stood as a sentinel, guarding the blazing borders of Muspelheim. He never crossed into other realms. He never attacked. He did not need to. His patience was terrifying, because the gods understood a dreadful truth: the greatest threat is not the one that strikes. It is the one that waits. When the chains of fate begin to break, and the sky groans beneath the weight of destiny, Ragnarok begins. The twilight of the gods, the doom of all worlds. The signs are unmistakable. The great wolf Fenrir snaps the bonds that once held him fast, his jaws stretched from earth to sky. The monstrous Midgard serpent writhes from the depths of the sea, churning the oceans and poisoning the air. Loki, the trickster, long imprisoned for his crimes, escapes and takes the helm of Naglfar, the ship built from the fingernails of the dead, carrying the armies of Hel. And from the south, from the burning realm of Muspelheim, Surtr rises. The fire giant, silent for eons, now steps forward at last. Towering and black against the flaming sky, his form is wreathed in molten light. His sword blazes like the heart of a dying star. And behind him march the sons of Muspel, fire giants whose footsteps scorch the ground and whose breath turns air to ash. Together they surge toward the Bifrost, the rainbow bridge that connects the realms. But the bridge, pure, beautiful, sacred, cannot bear such heat, such rage, such purpose. It shatters. Still the fire giants push on, into the realm of gods, into Asgard. In the chaos of battle, Surtr meets his fated foe, Freyr, the god of peace, prosperity, and sunlight. A divine warrior, radiant and strong but unarmed. For long ago, Freyr gave away his sword for love, and now, at the world's end, He stands defenseless before the fire. The clash is swift, the result inevitable. Freyr falls, and in that moment, all hope begins to die. Surtr, now unstoppable, raises his flaming sword high above the battlefield. The sky turns red, the wind burns, the earth cracks open like broken pottery. Mountains melt into rivers of lava, trees erupt in flame, oceans boil into steam. The 9 realms, from the golden halls of Asgard to the dark forests of Midgard, from the icy peaks of Niflheim to the stormy skies of Vanaheim, are consumed by fire. Not from vengeance, not from hatred, but from destiny. For Surtr is not merely a destroyer. He is the closing chapter of an ancient story. He is the fire that ends so that something new may begin. And when the smoke clears, when the last embers fade, nothing remains, only ash and silence. Surtr's task is complete. Ragnarok was the end. The gods perished, the realms fell, the sky burned, the earth was swallowed by flame. And Surtr, the fire giant who had waited since the dawn of time, fulfilled his destiny. His sword, once brighter than the sun, vanished in a world drowned in flame. There was no victory, no celebration, only stillness. But Norse myth does not end with destruction, for even the hottest fire cannot burn away hope. From the charred bones of Yggdrasil, the world tree, new roots stir. From the blackened soil, tiny green sprouts emerge. Where mountains once melted, new hills will rise. Where oceans boiled, gentle rivers will flow once more. The sun, once swallowed, is reborn in the sky. Not the old sun, but her daughter, bright and radiant, riding her own celestial path. The world is not gone. It is changed. The gods, though fallen, leave behind survivors. Lif and Lifthrasir, 2 humans, who hid in the forest Hodmimi's Holt, emerged to repopulate the world. The few gods who remain, Balder, returned from the realm of the dead, and Hörder, no longer blind with grief, walk again in the renewed halls. A new cycle begins, a new age dawns, and what of Surtr? His role is complete. He does not return, for Surtr is not a villain. He is a force of nature, a cosmic truth, that death makes way for life, that destruction leads to creation, that every end is also a beginning. Just as a forest fire clears the old and diseased to make space for young growth. Just as winter yields to spring, so too must the old world fall to fire for the new world to rise from its ashes. And so the myth comes full circle. The world that began in the clash of fire and ice, Muspelheim and Niflheim, is reborn through the very same elements, only now it is wiser, stronger, and forged in flame. From Surtr's fires, a new world blooms. Surtr is not just a character in an ancient story. He is not merely a giant nor just an enemy of the gods. He is symbolism made flesh. He is the fire at the edge of the world, always burning, always waiting. To the Norse, fire was more than a tool. It was a force of divine contradiction, feared and venerated. It brought warmth to frozen winters. It forged weapons in the blackest night, but it also destroyed homes, villages, lives in a flash of uncontrollable rage. Surtr embodies this dual nature of fire. He is not evil. He does not hate. He does not scheme or deceive like Loki. Surtr acts when it is time. He is not the villain of Ragnarok. He is its fulfillment. He is the final chapter of a cosmic cycle, a necessary conclusion to a mythic world built on struggle, sacrifice, and fate. To the Norse people, who lived in a harsh and unforgiving landscape, this worldview was familiar. They did not expect happy endings or eternal peace. They accepted that everything, such even the gods, must die. But from that death, renewal comes. Surtr's fire clears the old, the stagnant, the broken, so that the new can thrive. In this way, Surtr becomes more than a destroyer. He is the volcano reshaping the land. He is the forest fire, preparing the soil for rebirth, and he is the unstoppable march of time, erasing all things, even legends. Surtr reminds us that chaos is not the opposite of order, but a part of it, that destruction is not the end, but a beginning, that destiny is not delayed and only awaited. He is the burning edge of fate. As long as myths are told, Surtr will wait at the borders of the world, sword in hand, ready not to end the story but to complete it. The gods are gone. The 9 realms lie in ash. Yggdrasil, the world tree, is charred and broken. But the fire still burns, not just in the heart of Muspelheim, but in every volcano that trembles, every wildfire that crackles through the trees, every ember that glows in the silence of night. Surtr is not dead. He was never truly alive in the way we understand. He is a force, a truth written into the fabric of the cosmos. A reminder that even the mighty must fall, that even the eternal must end. He is the shadow on the horizon, the glow beneath the earth, the heat in the air before the storm, a presence not of hatred, but of inevitability. To this day, across cultures and centuries, we still feel him, in the tales of apocalypse, in the symbols of fire's cleansing power, in our quiet knowledge that all things, even stories, must conclude. But from endings beginnings rise. The world that Surtr scorched will bloom again. New gods may walk, new songs may be sung, yet somewhere in the distance past the final page, a sword still burns. He is Surtr, the fire giant, the end and the beginning, the silent flame that waits at the edge of the world.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.